Jaden, if we could have you stand up behind here, or just stand up behind, let Coach have that final seat there.
Where's the restroom?
Oh, restroom. Here, slide on, squeeze. All right, we're joined here with Austin Westlake High head coach Todd Dodge. Coach, if you'll introduce your 4 student athletes.
I've got number 21, Carter Barksdale, senior safety. I've got number 6, Cade Klubnik, senior quarterback. I've got number 90, Ethan Burke. He is a senior defensive end. And I've got number 9, Jaden Greathouse, who just played his 46th consecutive game, starting for the Chaparrals, and he's still just a junior. He's got another year left, so he's a junior. So these are 4 captains also voted on by their teammates during training camp.
Coach, if you'll just start things off, your thoughts on tonight's game.
My thoughts right now are that these 4 and their teammates, I've never been around a bunch, and I've been so blessed to be around some great teams that absolutely respected the game of football like no other. This bunch, and I've kind of given the analogy lately of it's like when they were in 5th grade and their teacher gave them about 25 minutes to go to recess, and by gosh, they were going to milk it for all it was worth. They did that every day in practice. They did it every game. You know, we started talking about they give you 10 names on a piece of paper that you get to play in the regular season. If you win all 10 of them, then they tell you get to play a 11th one. And if you don't win that one, you don't get to go to the 12th one. And it's really eerie how this bunch just kept on just wanting to play another 48 minutes of football. They wanted to go to recess again. They wanted to keep playing. And that's what I'll always remember. They respect the game of football. They play it the way it's supposed to be played.
Questions from the floor.
Coach, did you take any moments in those final minute or two just to kind of look around and think, this is it?
Yeah. It's the one thing, this has been a year-long process, and like Jack said, our center, he said, right after I told the team back this summer, he says, Coach, you're kind of like a member of the senior class. We're all going out together. And I said, yeah. And we didn't wish any of it away. I mean, these kids and these coaches and myself, we savored it. We love the game of football. This team loves each other. We like being around each other, and they just made history. They're in some very rarefied air in the history of the state of Texas in big school football that this has not been done very often, and so for that I'm very proud of them.
Coach, I'm sure there's no better way to go out than with your 3rd straight state championship. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, it's tough to do. It's really tough to do, to keep year in and year out and going, you win a state championship, go into the off season, the expectations are crazy around our community. There had not been one in over 25 years before we won in 2019. And so that was, while it had not been done, Westlake had come away empty-handed like 9 different times between 96 and 2019, and we got it done. And it's almost like it just ignited our football program, it ignited our community, and we did it again last year under some very adverse conditions in COVID. And then to come back and, the other 2 were 15-1 and 14-0. Well, this one was 16-0. We played as many games as humanly possible in the state of Texas, and I think it's the toughest thing. I really do believe it's the toughest thing to do in high school sports in America is to win a high school state championship in the state of Texas when we play 16 weeks. Most of these states have been done playing for 3 or 4 weeks now.
Coach, there were a lot of big plays in this game, but I don't know if anyone were bigger than the record-setting 53-yard field goal that gave you the lead for good, because right after that, the avalanche started. You talk about the momentum shift of that field goal.
Well, to be honest with you, we were going to punt it right there. It was 4th down and 6 or 7. It was other parts of our season probably would have gone for it right there. I thought the smart thing was do is let's punt it down there and pin them. We had a nice lead, and all of a sudden they called timeout. They thought we were going to fake it, I believe, and we changed our mind and we said, Charlie, let's roll. And he did, and we tried to get them to jump offside. We got a little sugar deal going, and they didn't. And and Jake Helms, our sophomore deep snapper, who no one ever knows his name, he put one right on Christian Egger's hands, and he put it down and spun the laces, and Charlie popped it through with plenty to spare.
Cade, how would you describe Todd or Coach Dodge as not a head coach but also as a quarterback's coach?
Oh, yeah.
For you, how would you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say the quarterback that I am today and the person that I am is because of Coach Todd right here. And the last, since I don't even know how many years, since 5th grade, I mean, I've known Coach Todd, and, like we talked about earlier in this week, the first memories I have were being on the sidelines of Westlake practices, watching my older brother play, and Coach Dodge would always come in the end zone and toss the ball with me, and I think that was his first memories of me. But just to where we are now, he couldn't have written it up any better. But when it comes to being a quarterback, I mean, he knows all the ins and outs. He's the greatest head coach of all time, and maybe the greatest quarterback coach of all time, and that's just, the proof's in the pudding, as Coach Dodge always says. And just if you look at the quarterbacks that he's coached, I mean, it's unlike anybody else. So.
And a quick follow-up, Coach. You've been around so many good quarterbacks. What makes Cade special? What makes him kind of stand out from the others?
Leadership. We choose at Westlake to practice at about 5:30 in the morning every morning, and when you have your leader, your field general, who refuses to have a bad day, and he's just one of those kind of human beings, and I think we may all know a few of those in our life, but they're very rare. And the thing about Cade that I will always respect and remember is that, he had a lot of personal accolades. He had a whole bunch of offers all over the country. He won the Elite 11. He just got named Gatorade Player of the Year, all that stuff. And not one time did he ever let it get in the way of his love for his team and his leadership of his team. And, last summer when certain people, opted out for stuff, and somebody asked Cade, would you ever have thought about doing that? He goes, there's no way I would have ever thought about leaving my teammates before my senior year in high school. And I thought that was just kind of what sets Cade apart.
Jaden, you set a record too, 236 state record. Your favorite?
Ooh, come on!
Your favorite part of this game was?
My favorite part of this game was when we were in the locker room, and we were down 1 point, but all of our teammates and coaches, we weren't worried. We were all in there together, just supporting each other and telling each other that the second half is going to be different because we knew we weren't playing how we were supposed to, but we all had our backs, and it's a brotherhood out here.
What was your favorite TD catch?
Probably the first one I had. That one to get us started. That was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, you've been fortunate enough now to win 3 in a row. 1-1 with your son also. Is it very comparable, these two?
Yes. This one is very comparable, and someone asked me this week what it'd be like to win another one, and I said, well, if we're able to win this one, I'm going to enjoy this three-peat like no other. I really didn't get to enjoy it when we won in 2006 when I was at Southlake, and we won against Westlake, and it was our 3rd in a row. And it was on the 23rd of December, and we got back on Christmas Eve to Southlake, and then Christmas Day was the 25th on a Monday. And guess what? I started my job at the University of North Texas on the 26th, and I started trying to put a recruiting class together and all that. And I never ever really got to enjoy that state championship or really, and that was very special to me because I won it with my son as a quarterback, and so this one. I'm going to enjoy this one. I really am.
So, Coach, what is next for Todd Dodge? Where do you go from here now that you're retiring as head coach of Austin Westlake?
Well, I've got 3 beautiful grandchildren that are here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I want to be a pawpaw for a while. I want to spend time with them. I was telling people I missed a great flag football game that Tate scored 4 touchdowns in this morning, and I missed that because of coaching high school football. So I want to get some of that in. My mother is in an assisted living home in Houston. She's 83 years old, and she still knows who I am, and I want to spend as much time as I can with her while that is still intact. And then Elizabeth and I, you know, we're going to be here watching Jaden and the boys play next year. I'm going to be traveling up, you know, to the Metroplex and watching the Dragons play, watching my son's team play, traveling to Clemson to watch Cade play, right here at the University of Texas watching Ethan play. Hell, I may even go watch this dude play lacrosse in Michigan. But I've got a lot of options for a lot of great football players that are going to be spread all over the country. I can take a road trip anywhere in the nation just about. And so that's kind of what my plans are.
To the players, what does it mean for you guys to help your coach go out on this stuff?
Carter, how's it feel?
Carter, say it.
It's awesome. This is like ever since I've been a little kid playing tackle football in 3rd grade. When this kid finally moved to my elementary school, and I was playing quarterback before, and I was like, gosh dang, I got to move positions. I can't even compete with this kid. And it was early that like this kid stood out to us. And once we got to high school and I got to know Coach Dodge even more, I mean, I just fell in love with everything that this man knows, everything that this man teaches us. It's a beautiful philosophy to live your life. So helping this man go out on a three-peat, it means the world to all of us players.
I mean, I would say all of our friendships are, you know, we've been friends. Carter's, I've known him probably longer than anybody on this team, but just the way that Coach Dodge lets us live life and just teaches us on the ways to live life, you know, that's the reason that we are who we are. Just the brotherhood that we all have. This team is surrounded by love, and that's the base that Coach Dodge has set. And just to talk about Jackson and Jake, I mean, that's who they were. And I think just after the offseason that we went through, it just brought everybody so close together. But nobody was there for us more than Coach Dodge through all those hard times. And he just, you know, continuously just was there for us. And you know, hours after both happened, was right there for us and just giving us such advice and just such good advice and just is such an amazing role model for us.
I think you set the school record for passing yards. Knowing the lineage of Westlake's quarterbacks, what does that mean for you to kind of head that group?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely just a huge honor for me, and just I think it's all because of Coach Dodge. It's just our O-line and our receivers. I mean, we have the receiving class that we've had the last 3 years. I mean, just you couldn't have picked 4 guys every single year. Just the opportunity that I got to play as a sophomore and was awesome. The opportunity that Coach Dodge gave me to be able to show off some of my talent that he's built in me as a sophomore was so awesome to just grow as a player, and I think that just helped over the past 2 years to just get in those action plays. So.
Y'all talk all the time about dreaming the beautiful dream. What does that mean, and is this the best dream of all?
Yeah, that's the best dream of all by far. But that's just something, watching film, we believe in what we can do, and Coach Dodge puts that into us, and it's really helped us become better football players. It's just a lot of it's mental, and I think that's why we've been so good over the years.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Thank y'all. Thank you.